Yo, what up, dudes? Robby Rowe here. So I want to talk about and show some examples of some very simple exercises, arm care. I'm getting a lot of questions lately on my question platform about fancy training equipment, the state-of-the-art training program for kids that are like 10, 11, 12 years old. And not that in and of itself is a bad thing, but I think we're kind of getting into this fine line of overcomplication of youth sports development. Maybe I'm biased because I was somebody that, I didn't lift a weight growing up, didn't lift a weight all through high school. So I partnered with Living.Fit and they sent me this super dope weight vest here. I think it's 25 pounds, 30 pounds, maybe tops. And then they sent me these super dope bands. So you can check them out. I will throw the link and a potential discount code in the description of this video. If you're a youth athlete, you don't need to complicate it, right? You don't need the most expensive machine online or the most expensive training program. If you're 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, these are going to be just very simple exercises that you can do with a little bit of resistance. Now, you don't need a lot of resistance. You don't need any resistance for that matter. I want to show you guys 3 to 4, maybe 5 exercises that I think are extremely crucial for pitching specific, baseball specific, using a little bit of resistance. I really like this weight vest too, Living.Fit. Only one strap and it's high up so it doesn't cover the whole torso. Very evenly distributed in weight. All right, so first one, super simple, but extremely crucial for pitching delivery stability. I'm gonna tie in some arm care protocols with this as well. So I have 5-pound dumbbells here. You can even use J-bands, wrist weights, get a little bit creative, I suppose, for that. With the resistance on my torso, with the weight vest, get in a split squat, hold it, to quote the famous Dr. Joshua Heenan, knee hairs touching the ground, and then simple arm care exercises, tees, about 5, boom, and then go Y's, thumb leads. Don't want to get super trap dominant, especially with the weight vest on. You want to make sure we're pinching down in the back, Y's, and then up. And as you get tired, you're going to want to elevate here. Remember, you can even limit the amount of reps you do in the arm care. We really want to own this position here. Requirement of the stability of the trunk to maintain that posture as well. I rep out 5 on each, all in that same split squat, and then you can switch, right leg forward, same thing, go 5, Y's, 5, 5. Remember, most important thing is owning that position here in that split squat, all right? Now, if you have the means to, I have a rear foot elevated split squat here that we could use. This is probably my favorite piece of equipment. But again, for the sake of the video and for the sake of not getting fancy, you don't need one because you can simply use basically anything that has a little bit of elevation. Box, couch, potentially a bigger dog, same thing. Now you would just do that. Rear foot elevated, same thing with the back leg, knee hairs touching the ground, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now I keep the reps lower, so then we can change up the positioning of it too. And just because these are simple doesn't mean they're not hard. I'm out of breath, as you can hear. Shouldn't have wore the microphone so close. So again, those 2, split squat, hold, rear foot elevated, split squat, hold, dumbbells, wrist weights, bands, whatever. So now we can open up one of these Living.Fit bands. So now I can go lateral lunge. So this whole foot onto the ground. I'm going to get as deep into it as I can, sink into the glute here, and then we can go elevate trunk, cross. Same thing on the other side, other direction. 5. Okay, one's a little bit more technical. You can also do that in a rear foot elevated. I'm a huge advocate for using specific positions within your lower body that you're gonna need to take ownership of due to the task of throwing a baseball or hitting a baseball. So split squat, rear foot split squat, lateral lunge, things like that, adding those into your arm care. Now, for the sake of the audience that I'm targeting, youth baseball, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, there's gonna be a lot of instability issues. Now, stuff stuff like a lateral lunge and implementing arm care probably isn't going to go well for them. For those guys, just implement the arm care stagnant, right? Don't tie in the lower body stuff until we get a little bit more advanced and get a little bit more stability within that, all right? Another one, I'm going to grab the 2 pounds. 5 pounds are going to get a little bit heavy for this. So it's going to be a hip hinge, hips, hinge, knees a little bit bent. You feel it in the glutes, knee, ankle, one line. So now I'm going to take this, tuck the chin, don't want to lift up, don't care about looking up there. So we're going to take this, trunk is going to be flexed, sturdy, stable, and we're going to go here. We call these W's. So 5 there. And we're going to go T's. Again, don't get trap dominant. Pull down, T's. Face the camera for this one. We're gonna go Y's, same thing. Good, especially when we're dealing with the youth, just be attentive on how they go about the certain exercises, because anytime that we tie in, a hold of a lower body position with arm care, it's gonna be sometimes a little chaotic. Another body weight or using a weight vest. When we're looking at pitching delivery, we're looking at back leg, drive leg, we're looking at loading, we're looking at the ability to handle, absorb, express force, energy. Now, if the force is greater than the actual capacity of the single leg to produce, store, stabilize all of that energy, then it's going to break down. So we want to make sure that we're increasing the stability capacity of that single leg by exercises like this. All right, so this is just an eccentric phase of a single leg squat to box. So eccentric means controlling on the way down, and when we do get down, not having to concentrically go up with the single leg, even though that's still a good exercises. This is again for the youth. We can do this resistance or without, but we're gonna go 5 to 10 seconds, controlling the eccentric all the way down to the box. Good, 2 legs up, same thing, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, all the way up, same thing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now see what I did on that last rep? Pretty lazy when I got towards like the bottom, I kind of fell. That's what we don't want to do. Every square inch that we go down, we want to be able to take complete ownership of that. So I dropped a little bit, ownership, drop a little bit, ownership, drop a little bit, ownership, gently place on the butt. I'm a taller guy. That's 16 inches, probably too low. I would need to elevate that a little bit, maybe put a pad on that to be able to not have to go that far down. And then another one, I like using this. Use this with weight vest or without. Sun's in my eyes. It's just simple dead hang with the toes out in front of your body. Just hanging out, hanging here, long as you can. Grip strength, shoulder stability, and a little bit of core stability as well, that your feet are out off the ground. I can hang here for about a day for the sake of the video. I'm gonna let go now. All right, shout out Living Fit. I'm out of breath for hooking it up with this super dope weight vest and the bands. Check them out. I'll throw a discount option in the description. And like I said, when we're looking at youth development and increasing stability and stuff like that, we don't need to overcomplicate it. There's things that we can do in the house with a water jug. Get creative. Much love, guys. If you got any questions, reach out, therobbyroshow.com/ask. And if you want to get my merch, therobbyroshow.com, you'll find a button on the homepage, shop merch. Much love.